Welcome back inside of the Dynasty Draft Room. This is the Draft Seminar. My name is Matt Hicks, the FF_educator, and I am joined by the Gridiron Scholar, John Lobb. Today is a special episode, folks. It's the Connecticut special. I'm a Connecticut native. John currently resides in Connecticut, and we have the rare occasion of talking about a prospect from Connecticut, and that is one AJ Dillon, the big boy out of Boston College. John, I am psyched for this one. I know you're excited for this one. So why don't you go ahead and jump into AJ Dillon here?
Oh, Matt, what a great career this young man has put together at Boston College. Now, I was a little bit worried about his athletic ability pre-combine because you're never exactly sure. But man, is his draft value escalated about after his upper echelon athletic ability was illustrated. Now, during his campus tenure at BC, he logged 3 consecutive 1,000-yard campaigns, and he produced over 1,500 yards twice on the ground. Just a prolific runner. In 2017, ACC Offensive Rookie of the Year, FWAA All-American, and first-team All-ACC after rushing for 1,589 yards and scoring 14 touchdowns. As a sophomore in 2018, he wasn't as good, but he did have over 1,000 yards in back-to-back campaigns. He was first-team All-ACC, and he was the first player in program history to exceed 1,000 yards in back-to-back. As a junior in 2019, he just exploded once again, Matt. First team All-ACC and AP, third team All-American after posting a second 1,500-yard season. He concluded his career as the school's all-time leader in rushing yards with 4,382 and touchdowns with 40. This New London native has just been an amazing college football player, Matt. What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely, John. I'm a huge fan of AJ Dillon, which is only appropriate because he is a thick 240 pounds, and he's an absolute bulldozer, but he carries that weight really well. I gotta say, we're going to talk about as we go through this profile here that maybe AJ Dillon doesn't fit perfectly in today's NFL, but I still think there is a place for him. I'm so excited to see where he's going to land and how he's going to be utilized. And he has a really underrated skill set here. So we're proceeding with caution with AJ Dillon here at the Dynasty Draft Room, but that doesn't mean we can't get excited about him because he has exciting film. So John, why don't we go ahead and jump into it here? You mentioned his numbers a little bit, but how do those numbers line up to the benchmarks that you put in place for projected success for running backs in the NFL?
You know, Matt, it's fascinating because I don't have a first-round grade. I have a second-round grade on A.J. Dillon. But I know that there is going to be a coaching staff that absolutely falls in love with this young man as a runner. So when you look at his overall profile, it's impressive, but it's not perfect. He has 4,382 career rushing yards, and he averaged 5.2 yards a carry. Now, we need to put that into context. Every defense that played Boston College over the past 3 seasons, my friend, they had one mission. That was stop A.J. Dillon. They did not have a productive passing game to take the 8th man out of the box, and Dillon still rambled for 5.2 yards a pop. Now, what's going to concern some people immediately? He only had 21 career receptions, but doesn't mean he can't catch the football. What it says is that Boston College did not use him as a weapon in the passing game. Now, I don't think he's going to be a 3-down back and ever have 60 receptions in the NFL, but he could be used on dump-offs and screens occasionally. Now, his 2019 season was great. Yards from scrimmage, 1,880. I love that number. But what's awesome, Matt, team scrimmage yards distribution, despite every coordinator not getting sleep all week trying to stop this man, he still had 34% of the Eagles' yards from scrimmage. But man, that combine, that really woke me up. 40-yard dash, 4.53, three-cone drill, 7.19. Hey, that's all I needed to see, that this man at 6'0", 247 pounds, he can ramble, and he's got great athletic ability.
Yeah, man, I think you said it perfectly. Now let's go ahead and let's flip on the tape and head into our film breakdown portion of the episode here so we can kind of put a visual into the words that we have been expressing here. This is, again, AJ Dillon, the running back out of Boston College, and we're going to start it here against Wake Forest. You can see what I call big boy long speed. You know, for a man who's 250, you can see he is outrunning this Wake Forest defensive back here. He accelerates downfield. When he's moving downhill, that man gets moving, and he breaks this one off here. This is a 50-yard touchdown run, and you can see he works the angles here. This defensive back, once he misses on AJ Dillon at first, he does not have the opportunity to catch up to him, even though he's working the better angle here down the field. And he has subtle agility. You can see the way that he finds holes and hits them and then is able to maneuver. He has quick cuts, and he is light on his feet. And then he also has the quickness to beat defenders to the edge. You can see here against Notre Dame, he is able to beat this linebacker to the edge and get the first down on a play where it looks like he should have been stopped behind the line of scrimmage. And you can see here, he gives him a little shimmy shake, a little bit of that shake and bake, and he gets down the field. And by the way, I love that my man wears the number 2. He always fights forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 defenders it takes to bring him down here against Virginia Tech. He is an absolute wrecking ball. And you got to think, John, that there is an NFL team that's going to get just excited as us when we're watching his tape.
And I know the team that could be excited. After I saw him at the Combine, I actually dreamed that night that the Pittsburgh Steelers grabbed him in the second round. Hey, man, he fits that offense to complement the defense. He's a bulldozing ball carrier, as you illustrated, with a thick trunk and frame. He's a gap runner who navigates traffic well with quick feet and exceptional vision. He excels between the tackles. He identifies small creases and he detonates through holes. I think the best thing that happened to AJ Dillon was Derrick Henry. I think coaching staffs are going to make similarities between these two players and want AJ Dillon on their team. He's a short yardage specialist with impressive contact balance. He hits people, he bounces off people, and he punishes opponents. He runs over and through arm tackles with lean leg drive. He easily breaks tackles. For a huge back, he's quicker and smoother than expected. He's underappreciated long speed, as you showed in that clip, and he assaults second-level defenders. Safeties and corners do not want to come up and bring this man down. He drags defenders and he dispenses punishment. He's disciplined and he trusts his blocking scheme. Hey, he would look great in the black and gold in Pittsburgh, my friend. I really like AJ Dillon.
Absolutely. And John, here at the Dynasty Draft Room, we have him graded out at 74.8. Now, that projection does fall on the lower range for us. That puts him in the special team / backup bucket. But I will say that I think that he has the potential to earn his way into a starting role in the NFL. Absolutely. I referenced it earlier. I think if this was 15 years ago, we'd be talking about AJ Dillon as a first-round type running back. The NFL game has just shifted a little bit, and I think that may just push down his draft capital a little bit, which may push down his opportunity a little bit. But make no mistake, the skills are here, and this is a man who very well may be around in the late second, the third, maybe even the fourth round of your fantasy football rookie drafts this year. And if he's there, this is a man that you are going to want to take a shot on. He has the upside, and he can be an absolute touchdown monster. I could see this being a guy that his NFL team gives him the ball in the goal line and knows that he's going to put that thing across the goal line there. So that's AJ Dillon. I love it. He's an exciting guy. We could do this all day, John, but we're going to keep it short here for the listeners. Make sure to check out all of John's fantasy football rookie profiles at footballdiehards.com, and he is on Twitter at Gridiron SCHOL91. I'm on Twitter at the FF_educator, and you can check out all of my work at dynastydraftroom.com, and that includes the 2020 Fantasy Football Rookie Guide, which is now available for download. 91 full player profiles with chock full of information like we just broke down here for AJ Dillon. With that being said, class is over, pencils down.